What's up, sports fans? It's MaxiRyu, and this time I'm going to break down the Western Conference playoff brackets. It's been a heat-up battle until the final day of the regular season, with each team in the West trying to position themselves at the highest position possible in the battle of second place, but in the end, the Lakers have seized the edge. Let's get straight to business to the first bracket, the San Antonio Spurs versus Memphis Grizzlies. Well, in my opinion, it can turn out into a quite entertaining series. I'm serious now. You guys should not underestimate the Memphis Grizzlies. They have defeated some championship caliber team contenders in the regular season, and among them the Lakers and the Miami Heat. And they have a quite notable front court with Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph. Tony Allen provides some spark in the backcourt, and the team seems to be quite disciplined down the stretch, even with the loss of Rudy Gay. The Spurs would be good advice to take them seriously. Well, but I think Greg Popovich is gonna make sure of it, so that'll end up in a 4-1 or maybe 4-2 for the former NBA champ of San Antonio. The key for the Spurs is to stay focused and healthy, and keep the existing team spirit and harmony between experienced veterans and young players intact. Keep Duncan's minutes at a solid pace. Obviously, throughout the year, Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker have to step it up as the two leaders of the team. The Spurs should possess enough veteran poise to show some of those youthful newcomer teams some old tricks. Next one. The Los Angeles Lakers versus the New Orleans Hornets. It's a very clear edge for the Lakers. Chris Paul may be good, but his supporting cast is not good enough to tangle with the Lakers' big man. Especially with the loss of David West has affected their low post game down low and decreased their offensive power. Next, the Dallas Mavericks versus the Portland Trailblazers series. Well, honest to the fact that I haven't taken the time to observe the Trailblazers closely enough. The key for Dallas is to keep their poise and develop more toughness than ever in the playoffs. With Tyson Chandler, they have gained in low post presence at center with solid defense. From a matchup standpoint, Dallas possesses almost all the requirements to compete for an NBA title. They have a threat off the bench with the experienced veteran Jason Terry. Dirk is Dirk and can step it up a notch. You should get what you expect from him. The most bitter archenemy for the Mavericks are not the Spurs, not the Lakers, and not the Oklahoma City Thunder, or not even the Chicago Bulls. But guess what? The worst enemy for the Mavericks is themselves. They just gotta get over the hump, man, and man up and start believing in themselves in order to avoid another breakdown in the clutch like in years past. The breakdown of this series? Yeah, hell, it's difficult to say for me, man, because as I said at the beginning, due to the lack of observation time of Portland, all I know is that LaMarcus Aldridge is having a very good season. And that's it. They added Gerald Wallace, so what can I say? I haven't observed Portland enough. It can be a close one, either in favor of the Trailblazers or the Mavericks, depending on Dallas's mentality. Despite the upgrade in Tyson Chandler, Dallas is still not the toughest team in the Western Conference, and that may work in favor for the Trailblazers. It may end 4-3 for Dallas. That's all I can say right now. And finally, we get to the, in my opinion, for me, the most exciting first-round matchup in the Western Conference. The Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Denver Nuggets, since both teams have gone through serious overhauls since the end of the trade deadline. No matter the result, this is going to be a quite entertaining series where we see two rejuvenated teams who are going to play their game in a fair competition Denver's playing style has obviously changed since the departure of Melo to New York, so we see a more team-oriented and fresh style of basketball, getting away from the former 1-on-5 and 2-man basketball. You see more ball movement and players working more together than ever. By the way, nobody ever mentioned about Denver or Oklahoma City so often because the NBA media, as Mr. Bruce Blitz has mentioned so many times before, is so damn biased with their hype about the superstars and the elite teams with a higher media market. Well, anyhow, Oklahoma City has gained more size and toughness with championship veterans Kendrick Perkins and Nazir Muhammad. And that moved Serge Ibaka to the power forward position where he really flourishes. And he's displaying really spectacular defense down low along with Perkins. So finally, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook can focus on their roles in taking care of the offense because they have the low post presence in Perkins and Ibaka, who can create the space in pick and rolls and screens necessary for them to drive to the basket. In terms of size and defense presence down low, Oklahoma City should have the edge over the Denver Nuggets. Nene, on the other hand, he's okay, but Perkins and Ibaka are tougher. So I'll conclude this series breakdown with a solid 4-2 for the Oklahoma City Thunder, who, in my opinion, have the ability to learn and recover from good and bad experience. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. In a previous video, I brought up a discussion about a comparison between LeBron James and Kevin Durant. Okay, let me get into that very quickly to answer my own question. Well, LeBron James and Kevin Durant are two different types of players. LeBron James is obviously the ultimate utility player alongside with Dwayne Wade for the Miami Heat. He possesses the better playmaking versatility and the toughness on the defensive end. Durant, on the other hand, is a pure finisher who benefits a lot from the youthful and explosive playmaking style of Russell Westbrook. But he can also create shots for himself. His outside shot, in my opinion, is a little bit better than LeBron's, and he can also get into transition on the fast break. LeBron is a little faster than him, obviously, not by as much. Kevin Durant's defense is okay, but it is not as good as LeBron's. Well, does he have what it takes to get near the level of LeBron James? Well, that remains to be seen, of course, but in my opinion, he does. He just needs to work harder on defense, and that'll do the trick. I hope that Oklahoma City is going to revolutionize this year's playoffs with their explosive, youthful ferocity led by the dynamic duo Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, alongside with the help of the newly acquired experienced veterans Kendrick Perkins and Nazir Muhammad, and a rising presence in Serge Ibaka. I'm MaxiRyu, and have a nice day.